Jamaica, the Caribbean beauty known for its enchanting scenery, euphonic music, and its legendary athletes like Usain Bolt. Some would even go as far as calling it the heart of the Caribbean. This small yet powerful island is indeed one of the most culturally rich places in the world. But what most people don't know is that Jamaica was once home to a most notorious city, a place so dangerous and riddled with infamy that it was deemed the wickedest city on earth. That city is the one and only Port Royal. Formed in the 16th century, Port Royal was originally dubbed Cayo de Carina by the Spanish, who discovered this cay when they arrived in Jamaica and thought it to be a perfect location for careening, which is the process of grounding a ship to repair, clean, or modify its hull. When the British eventually took Jamaica from the Spanish in 1655, they too recognized the possibilities this cay held and began construction to fortify the now called Port Royal. The first fort they constructed was named Fort Cromwell, renamed Fort Charles, and with the passing of 2 decades, 6 more well-armed forts were made to surround and defend Port Royal. With this new fortification and safety, Port Royal began to grow in rapid succession. By 1662, this 51-acre paradise was recorded to have a total of 740 residents and a whopping 6,500 to 10,000 inhabitants at its peak in 1692. Being a hub for slave trading and sugar and raw material export, Port Royal attracted tradesmen, merchants, slaves, artisans, all of whom participated in this bustling network. Alongside them, and what Port Royal is most known for, were pirates. And if you thought pirates were only a work of fiction, think again. Port Royal was the base of some of the most legendary pirates in the world. Pirates like Henry Morgan, Edward Blackbeard Teach, and Calco Jack Rackham are just a few to name. They amassed their fortunes by plundering Spanish merchant vessels, raiding trading ports, and in some instances, pillaging entire Spanish villages. But over time, Port Royal relied less on pirates and more on slave trade, leading to the beginning of the end for them. Due to its infamous nature, one can only imagine that the horrors and crimes that took place there led to its downfall, as in 1692, on June 2nd, a massive earthquake struck Port Royal, causing 20 acres of its once 51 to sink into the sea, and the death of over 2,000 residents, leading to a disruption of trade routes and economic prominence for Port Royal. If you were to wander to the Port Royal we know today, you'd find a stark contrast to its once vibrant and wicked past. Where once there were bustling streets filled with pirates and traders, now lies a quaint fishing village in its stead, with only a fleeting memory of what once was and that now lies deep within the sea.